Hello, good people. Todd Shannon, data scientist, social commentator, getter of El Bucketos, coming back at you with another video. What are we talking about today? Well, I felt like with all the hoopla surrounding this Sound of Freedom movie, which regrettably I have to say I have not seen yet, but I am 100% going to see it. I might just buy an extra ticket just to buy an extra ticket and not even, if someone's there with me that they can use the ticket, that's fine. But I just want to give them extra money because that's how I own those who are mad about this movie. We've talked a little bit about this movie a little bit earlier in the week, and the just insane reaction to that people have had to this movie. It's like, tell me you're a pedo without telling me you're a pedo. These people are really mad about it. But I thought we would do an interesting contrast because, see, it is my contention that a form of this movie came out more than a decade ago. And it's called Taken, starring Liam Neeson, or as a Key and Peele would say, the Liam Neesons. If you know about that. If you know, you know, right? If you know, you know. But anyway, I want to watch the trailer of Taken, and then shortly after that, or directly after that, I want to watch the trailer for The Sound of Freedom, because one of the points that I made the other day when I was talking about the insanity and the absolutely losing of their minds displayed by those in the mainstream media about this movie, like it's some fake phenomenon. We had a whole cult following TV show. It's called To Catch a Predator, where we've known this sort of stuff has been going on for a long time. So it's not like there is precisely zero reason for anyone to be ignorant about the problem of child sex trafficking. But it just so happens that, reality exists, and we can go back into the Wayback Machine and we can see where, in fact, this was non-controversially something that was very realistic and something that was going on. And the whole premise of Taken was this very idea of children or young people being kidnapped and sold into sex slavery. And if you've ever seen the movie Taken, it's a very good movie, by the way, one of my favorite movies by Liam Neeson's. But it's a great movie. And there's actually a part in the movie where where he has to go rescue his daughter. He actually ends up rescuing her just before she is auctioned off to a bunch of perverts. And his daughter in the movie is supposed to be a teenager, like a young teenager. Maybe she's, 15 years old or something like that. So anyway, I figured we'd watch the trailer and just do a kind of compare and contrast. So let's get into it. This is the trailer for Taken.
Oh, my darling. Happy birthday.
Dad, guess what? You know my friend Amanda?
Yep.
Her cousins asked us to spend vacation with them in Paris. I really, really want to go.
Oh, goodness. I just noticed something. This movie was also produced by 20th Century Fox. If I'm not mistaken, that is originally who produced the Sound of Freedom movie. But let's continue.
Hi, Daddy.
You were supposed to call me when you left.
There's someone here.
What?
Oh my God, they got Amanda. They're coming.
All right, listen to me. Go to the next bedroom, under the bed. Tell me when you're there.
I'm here.
Now, the next part is very important. They're going to take you.
Classic.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Very particular
skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it.
You have a 96-hour
What?
to never finding her.
No.
But if you don't, I will look for you.
Where is she?
I will find you. And I will kill you.
Good luck.
All right, so there you saw the trailer for the Liam Neeson's movie. Liam Neeson. Okay, so this is what's interesting about this, okay? Obviously, the reason why people make certain movies and what makes movies relatable, what makes people want to participate in and get emotionally invested in movies that they see is the idea that they can see themselves in the movie, right? They can see themselves in the situation, right? And the ability for one to kind of insert themselves into the movie and identify with the characters is the degree to which there's either some sort of realism associated with the scenario, or if there's some sort of emotional situation that they can attach themselves to that is actually based in some real human emotion. So whether it's a superhero movie, people think like superhero movies are not really relatable. Well, in a way they are if they're done right. If the hero is written correctly and there's an arc of development where they don't have all the answers, they face an insurmountable obstacle and they overcome it and they have to make difficult moral choices. So all of those things make even a superhero very relatable, even if they have superpowers. But in this case, everybody as a parent can relate to this sort of movie and the sort of panic and the sort of helplessness you might feel if your child were kidnapped and abducted. And now you can imagine yourself being Liam Neeson with this very particular set of skills where you can put a serious hurting on the bad guy, right? Now, you contrast this with The Sound of Freedom because Tim Ballard, who's the gentleman who this movie is, who's his life, who's the real life events that happened in his life, or who the movie is based on, and obviously the children who he impacted, he is like a real life Liam Neeson, like real talk. This guy worked for Homeland Security or the CIA or something like that. So when Liam Neeson says, I have a very particular set of skills that make me a nightmare for people like you, that's Tim Ballard. That's him. Okay. And if you had anything other than blood-sucking vampires in the mainstream media, then they would have immediately seen and made that connection, right? Tim Ballard is quite literally the real life guy being portrayed in Taken by Liam Neeson. Except for instead of going to rescue his own child, he's going to rescue other children, which is, I think, in many ways, far more admirable. People can certainly identify with going to save your own child from the clutches of an evil empire or of some diabolical plot. But to do that for other people is a benevolence and a sort of risk-taking that is difficult to understand. Tim Ballard, from what I understand, and I've seen interviews of him, he's got like 6 kids of his own, right? And he has to go into these dangerous situations. It's almost like when he goes into these operations, like he's being deployed to war. And how in the world, this shows you the complete depravity of the people who have been feeding you information for the last several years or for decades or for most of your life, that these people are completely depraved when they tried to take a dump on the plot of this movie. So let's look at the trailer for The Sound of Freedom as a contrast. All right.
How'd that make you feel? Giving a child his freedom. Felt good. You have been at this for 12 years.
My country, 'tis of thee.
Why are you doing it? Because God's children are not for sale. It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen.
We're Homeland Security. We can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces. And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
And yet somehow you have failed to bring me one real-world lead.
I just want to say, I think it's very interesting. I think it's very well done how they do the Star Spangled Banner with this very ominous, very dark music. It's very emotional. It invokes a sort of serious tone, but also, uh, invokes the idea, hey, this sort of thing is going on in our country. This sort of thing is, this is an issue not just abroad, but here as well. So I thought that was interesting.
It's over, Tim. Close up and come back home.
So you quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
South of that river is all rebel territory. No one goes in.
What if this was your daughter?
Sorry, I just have to notice this as well. I thought, that part of it actually kind of gave me a little bit of chills. Wow, that was emotional because it went from dark and ominous to hopeful, right? And then you can see, wow, that's really amazing. I didn't expect it to impact me that way, but you see, it goes from dark and ominous to bright, right? And as I'm a musician myself, so the use of that sort of music and to set the mood is something I appreciate.
So, she's gone.
Hear that? That's the sound of freedom.
Sound of Freedom is one of those films that can legitimately change this world. So we want to ignite a fire in audiences and open their eyes to the dark reality of millions of children that need our help. Let's make this film a historic event and the start, the end of child trafficking. Theaters across this country are already selling out. Pre-order your tickets today, and you can send the message that God's children are no longer for sale.
Wow. Wow. Wow, I did not expect to be impacted by just the trailer. Every so often, we have an opportunity to witness a cultural shaping moment, right? And this movie is the touchstone for that. Maybe it, people who have seen it have said that it's difficult to watch, it's difficult to take in, and it's emotional. And just from the trailer alone, honestly, I came just with the intention of just doing kind of a quick compare and contrast of Taken in this movie, but that I was really moved by that, and I want to make this movie a culturally shifting moment. So, and anyway, friends, we understand that the forces of evil are real. And that the forces of darkness, how they hate when the light gets shined in the darkness. But we have to be the light, and we have to be willing to hold that light up. So I will encourage you, go see this movie. I think there's an opportunity, and more than going just to see the movie, I think the message of Jim Caviezel at the end of the trailer, somehow we can participate in helping to stop this great evil from taking place, I think is a powerful message. And I think that I want to see how I can participate. How can, we can't all be Tim Ballard, but we can all participate in some way. So anyway, till next time, friends, I have to go get me a tissue and wipe my face. But if you like this content, please subscribe and share this video. Until next time, friends, God bless you.